And Monday rolls around again, into week 12 now. So target mileage for the week this week is 40. I've just ticked off the first 4, nice easy jog around, lunchtime run, uneventful, uninspiring views just around the local main roads. Nothing fancy this week. I think it's pretty standard, ticking through a hill session, a hard session and a long run, and not doing anything too crazy. Wednesday has rolled around and I'm up at Whitnam Clumps today. Planned session in the hills somewhere, finding some kind of hill. This isn't a very big one, but it'll do. I'm really struggling. I've been sat here for about 5 minutes, struggling to get moving today. Not feeling great, as in mood-wise, and maybe it's just because my legs are tired, and I did a couple of extra classes this week covering extra classes, so maybe it's just that taking out extra energy. But I could quite easily skip today. I just cannot be bothered to do it. My spark of energy that's like carried me through this whole thing since February, it seems to have be taking a day off. Yeah, and I don't really care. Like, so far, being in the best possible shape for the event has got me through got me started on each training session, but today I actually just don't even care. It's quite tempting to just go home and not bother at all, but I'm here, so I am going to go and do it. Do something anyway. It's meant to be 6 miles, but maybe not. We'll see how it goes. Well, it's hard not to be cheered up when there's views like that around. There's I think a helicopter going over in a minute. I only did 4 miles. Felt like I'd done enough, and I've just been sat here for a bit. Out in the countryside. Yeah, running always feels better. Legs were tired, it was hard work, not very fast, but 400 feet of elevation gain. And actually I've just had my email come through while I was running from Maverick Race, talking about race start times and pre-event information for the thing. It's only 5-6 weeks away now. So that's cheered me up a bit, and I'm probably going to do some retail therapy to really cheer myself up, and hopefully tomorrow will be better, another hard run, and yeah, let's just hope I sleep well and get enough energy back for that. Thursday, not feeling quite as uninterested as yesterday. I did have a feeling just before lunch, I was like, oh man, it's raining and grey and I can't be arsed, I don't want to again today. I think it's because the event's getting closer now, because I've got only a couple of weeks left of training, like the momentum's tailing off, where it's still a long way away. It feels like it matters more to do it. But these last 2 weeks obviously still do really matter, so I do need to get it done. Anyway, today it's going to happen. I'm going to come out and do the 8 miles that I need to do, and it did help when I remembered that I've just ordered the new sort of regulation waterproof jacket that I need to have, so we have to have one that's got specially taped seams and things like that. When I remembered I needed to test that out, the idea of coming out in the rain was a lot less frustrating. And of course it's been showering and now it's stopped, so it's not actually raining at this moment, but hopefully I will get to experience the joy of staying dry on the inside while the rain is pouring down on the outside. Although given that it's a hard session today, I expect it will still be quite damp on the inside as well, sweaty wise. Well, safe to say This was a very timely purchase. It got absolutely soaked. For the first mile, there was barely any drips, and I was a bit worried that I was just going to end up sweating buckets from basically steaming inside it. But no, it's really heavy rain now. I'm pretty sure it's keeping me dry. You can see all the beading there. Whether I'm actually going to dry it underneath, because I've just done a pretty tough session, so it's probably still quite sweaty underneath, but that was actually a really good run. I think I've just discovered my favourite speed work session. So I did about a mile aerobic pace to warm up, and then just freestyled it. I didn't program it in, but put in half-mile repeats, just as fast as I, aiming for about 7, 8 out of 10. Aiming to get towards the low 8-minute miles. I think a couple of them was in the sort of 7.750 minute mile pace for a little bit there, and then would take the rest of the mile as recovery, sort of 9.5 minute average. So a couple of the mile reps came in under the 9-minute mile. Can you hear that thunder? It's so loud. So yeah, and then a mile to recover at the end. So I did about 6 repetitions. Pretty decent run, all things considered. Definitely feeling a lot brighter after that. Long run on Saturday yet to come. Don't know how I'm going to manage that. Again, I'm teaching classes at lunchtime, so I'm going to have to just do what I can in the morning and then figure out whether I'm going to do a second run in the afternoon. Maybe that won't feel quite so horrible this week. We shall see. Saturday morning now, just finished 6 miles, just decided to swap over the long run and the short run this weekend. Teaching classes at lunchtime in a couple of hours, so just didn't want to be rushing and stressing, and so short run today, longer run tomorrow, 16 miles to go then. Weirdly today felt a little bit harder than I was expecting. I felt like I'd slept quite well, but hopefully tomorrow another good night's sleep will be bright and breezy. We'll see. Sunday morning, long run time. Really difficult getting up out of bed this morning, finding the enthusiasm to come and do this. I could actually not run at all. Again, I just think it's, I don't know, maybe a bit of cumulative fatigue from doing some extra classes this week and being back into that routine. And maybe it's just the event getting closer that I want to go and do that rather than do this, the training. And I've started thinking already about what I'll be doing after the event, so that distracts some energy. But anyway, today the plan says 16 miles. I am already talking myself out of going that far, but I'll try. We'll see. I probably need to do it. Kitted up. Probably don't need to. I've tested the kit already, but extra practice doesn't hurt, just getting used. So I've got the wet gear in my back, some extra food with me, and at least it's cooler today and bright, so it's blue skies, but about 10-12 degrees, something like that, so really cool. Hopefully that'll help. And I'm sure I'll be fine once I get moving. It's just whether I can keep going all the way for 16 miles. It's done, 14 miles. It was actually a bit more than that because I forgot to press start on my Garmin until I was about half a mile up the road. It started beeping at me saying it was going into power save mode. I was like, not the day I wanted to be starting that late. So yeah, not 16. I probably could have managed an extra mile. That would have been doing the mile of shame around the block just to finish off the extra distance. But I managed quite a good varied route, went down the Thames path, which is quite muddy and obviously very tricky to keep going in a straight line because the path cut through there is cut by bikes, so it's really narrow, and like narrower than your gate, and so it's really challenging for the ankles. So I cut across there from Sanford and then went up to Sunningwell Hill again, just for the varied elevation, varied terrain. So a bit of a mixed bag today, and the weather was just absolutely perfect. If it's like this on race day, that would be amazing. I had a long sleeve top on earlier and I don't need that. I took that off within the first mile. So that's good. I could have even gone for shorts today. Thinking about it, you get warmer. What else? That was good. Cheered me up. I'm going to be sore later, but next weekend, another big one. And then I think another week and then tapering. So yeah, I'll just leave you with a couple of bits from today. Racing the boat.